Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. I hope that you guys are all doing well. Yeah, so I haven't checked in about a week or so, so here I am. Tonight's reading is just a collective message, so take the messages as they resonate and leave them if they don't. Also, wanted to thank you guys for being here. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And definitely hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, all that good stuff, so that you can, see when I'm on here and, we get acquainted like that, like the rest of the people of the crew, so to speak. I see that I have a couple of my peoples popping in now. Look at y'all. Hi, guys. Um, Hey, Demond. Hey, Lati. Hey, Monique. Hey, Aya. What's up, guys? Hi. It's funny, it's saying that you guys are here. Now, I see you guys commenting, but it says there's one person in here. Oh, YouTube. But hey, guys. And yeah, for those of you who have been rocking with your girl, like some of the folks that are here right now, welcome back. And thank you for the continued support. I love you guys so very much. Yeah, so let's uh let's get into it. So as you guys saw, this is excuse me, messages from your higher self, things that your higher self would like you to know at this time. I almost did self-love and self-care, so I would not be shocked because of the fact that I felt connected to that initially, but then I was like, wait, no, hold up. They're like, hooty hoo. Yeah, so with that said, if it shows up in the reading, I'll pull from some of those decks too. But yeah, so let's get started. And again, I hope that you guys are all doing well during this holiday season and all that stuff. If you guys celebrate the holidays at all, yeah, I've missed you guys. So yes, let's get started. Let's see, where do I want to start? Let's start with the Gateway of Light Activation deck. Love this deck. This was given to me by my bestie, who I hope pops in here. Um, Caster River, if she pops in. Love and adore that girl, that woman. Um, but I feel very connected to these cards, especially for these types of readings. So without further ado, I've already cleansed the space and the energy. Got some nice jazz music going on in the background. Hopefully I don't get flagged. Excuse me, throat chakra. But yeah, it's got like a weird like sensation here out of nowhere. That was weird. Maybe somebody needs to say something. All right, Spirit. I let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to know and see at this time for their highest good when it comes to messages from their higher self. When it comes to this period of their spiritual path and spiritual journey. Clear some most accurate messages, please. Only let positive energy in. Thank you. All right, so hey Yvette, how are you? I fucking had a feeling. I swear to God, in my head I was saying I have a feeling that I'm gonna see this card, and here it is on the bottom of the deck because I heard cord cut. Um, Bottom of the deck we have Sword of Light, Divine Protection, cords cut, and breakthrough energy. So a lot of you guys might be in the midst of, really removing a lot of negative energy from yourself at this time, or your higher self is saying this is something that could be worked on at this time. Take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But there is also this great sense of my nose is starting to itch. Yeah, I'm getting this is more like past energy going into the new. Um, my girl Lati put me onto that that little trick of the trade. My nose itches every time I read, and she's like, she explained it. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. So for a lot of you, this is like more like past energy, which makes sense because you're cutting the cords, right? You're ending and severing those old ties to things that no longer serve you. So let's see what else comes out. Let's get a few from here. Thank you. Okay. Excuse me. Stargate Heart. Heart chakra opening, unlocking, and generosity. Interesting. So maybe for some of you, take it as it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. But maybe, for some of you, you've been working on removing old ties to old romantic connections. If not romantic, then maybe just connections in which really tugged on your heartstrings, things that you were very emotionally connected to. Take it as it resonates. Um, that's gonna look different for everybody. But if that makes sense, let me know. Maybe you're trying to learn how to love again, put yourself out there, be more generous with your time and your energy, but in a way that actually is conducive to the fact that you have learned from the past. Putting yourself out there maybe too much for certain people, things like that, getting something like that. And that could explain why I'm getting like this weird like tickling sensation here. It's like, and it started when I started reading. I was fine. It just started, and it's like it's giving me like somebody wants to say something, but they don't know how to say it. It's giving me something like that. I just heard stingy with time. I don't know what that means. That might mean something for somebody. Maybe, excuse me, third chakra. Maybe somebody has been stingy with their time, whether it's you or another person. Maybe let's say if it's the other person that's saying to you, oh, like if you're trying to date again or something like that. Maybe they're saying that you don't allow yourself to be generous with your time because you protect yourself in that way, which I get. You're like, I don't got time for the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, am I like should I even put myself out there? I'm getting that for some of you, if this is like resonating at all. You might pull back your energy from people sometimes, and your time, and your even maybe your effort from time to time. Let me know if it resonates. um so maybe that's one of the things you're learning how to work on, is like, if this is resonating at all, like I said, for some of you, if it's like, releasing the past in terms of love, now it's like, oh, like past bad relationships and stuff, you've cut those cords, and now it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of ready to put myself out there, but you put like your toe in the water and you're like, I don't want to do that, I'm scared. And I trust me, I understand. But I'm kind of getting that, this might be an optimal time for you to start being able to open up more and not be so closed off. And that could be why that throat chakra is acting up. For others, it could be a little bit of a switch. Maybe you've been so used to people who are like emotionally unavailable, people who don't tend to, speak their mind, speak their emotions. And then it puts you in a position where you're like, do you feel anything at all? You know what I mean? So, you know, you can switch those roles where need be, but I'm getting something along those lines. Did my girl say? Oh, yes, girl. Yes. You gotta protect your peace. Absolutely. I definitely understand. If there's people around you who don't provide that sense of peace and security, like, then they gotta go. They gotta kick rocks with no shoes on. You know what I mean? Um, so it's hard because it's like, being able to be vulnerable enough, right? To allow, for those types of people to be in your energy. Like where do you kind of, draw the line? Because naturally when you've been through a lot of shit, you're like, okay, well, I don't want to repeat any old patterns. Ironically enough, 6 people here, five, like, well, from what I can see, I don't know what it shows on you guys, is it your end or whatever, but for me, 6 people, 5 likes adds up to 11, right? Those are karmic lessons, right? But it's also about the wheel, kind of turning, or not the wheel turning, but it's about balance, right? Seeing that sense of balance, those scales are balancing out. Some of you might have Libra in your chart. I'm also getting Gemini energy for some reason, but yeah, let's see what this is, because we do have a card here. The central sun, abundance download, regeneration, and success. So it's like, there's some success coming towards you when it comes to whatever this may be, especially if it's about love, being that the first card officially on the spread is about the heart chakra. So for a lot of you, this is what the energy is. You know, it's like, okay, yes, there is this energy of knowing that this is what you want. You feel it, this is something that is meaningful for you, But then you clam up. I heard the word clam up. You clam up, and then you're not letting it happen. Which I get, like I said. Some of you might have Leo in your chart. Yeah, Queen of Swords energy for sure. You know, like just that energy of again, shut off, right? Um, not really fully ready, maybe, or you're ready, but then like you backtrack. It's like it's her battle of the heart. And that's an internal battle, you know, because of the again the things that have maybe transpired in the past, and you're like, okay, well, do I want to go through that again? Again, understandable. I get it. Trust me. We have Thoth light codes, and see thank you, Spirit, for a little bit of confirmation. Light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. It's kind of tap into your own magic. You guys have so many capabilities and talents and gifts, and I'm also getting like you've learned so many lessons because of the things that you've been through, and it's like, okay, well, now it's time to just apply those lessons in a meaningful way, a way that's again conducive to you being able to get what it is that you've been, your heart, literally your heart desires this. So now it's a matter of allowing it to happen. Just got a text message, sorry. Yeah, so it's really just about being able to apply the lessons where needed, right? But also know how to discern the difference, right? The discernment is going to come in because, as Lati just said, she was picking up on Queen of Swords energy, right? That's all about 12, and I said that. That's all about logic, right? Logic. But when you allow your head to be the thing to dictate everything, I'm talking about your head, I'm talking about up here, not down there, guys. No, seriously, like it's all up here. It's mental. The whole thing is, it's like over time, like you can't stay in that energy too long, because then it's going to put you in a position where you're going to be so comfortable with being just, I won't use the word alone, but like complacent with being alone. Eventually you have to open up again. And like I said, this doesn't have to be romantic. This could just be in terms of, relationships in your life in general, right? Like it could be friends, family, you know what I mean? Like some of you might really just struggle with, or have struggled with, making those relationships work in different areas of your life because of how people have treated you, the things you've been through. But like again, now it's like, okay, this is a time to take the lessons you've learned, apply those lessons where they're applicable, and go from there. Loosen up a little bit. Let go of the reins a little bit. You can't control everything. This is coming from somebody who's a control freak. So it's like eventually you have to understand that, that sense of companionship in life is important. I feel like as I've gotten older and more experienced, I'm learning that companionship, and there's a siren going on outside. You probably can't hear it. It's probably too far for you guys, but I can hear it. And you guys know sirens always go on when I do a reading. So it's like the human condition involves companionship. We have family, we have community, right? We have, we have interests, right? You could be in a club of some sort. Like there's, then there's romance, right? There's all these different levels of different types of companionship. If we close ourselves off and isolate ourselves too much, that is not healthy. And I'm telling you, as somebody who's done that, you know what I mean? I closed myself off from everybody at different periods of time. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to become, I love them to death, I do. I don't want to become my parents. I don't want to become them. I don't. Like just working, no relationships outside of work relationships, or literally just going to and from work, staying in a room all day. Like, that's not healthy. It's not. You know, my brother too. I'm like, God, I love him. I do. I really do. Oversharing. All right. So it's pull some more cards. 15, 15, as I said that. I'm just like, yeah, no. Like, companionship is important. Opening up to people and allowing people to be a part of your life is important. Again, whether it's romantically, doesn't matter. You know, whatever capacity that means in your life at this time, this is what spirit wants me to deliver to you guys. Your higher self wants me to deliver. I'm just the vessel delivering the message. um so I can see that this reading is going to get heavy because of the fact that I only pulled 3 cards so far. So 1551, as I said that, so it's like, I'm just saying. Yeah. Yep. And then we got this card again, officially on the spread, sort of like, which we were talking about, cutting out those cords, right? Things that we have the negative. I'm gonna say we because they so I heard we. That means I have I have a connection to that part of the message too, right? Cutting out the things that we have been connected to that have been maladaptive, right? Figuring out how to move past those things, taking the lessons that have been learned, applying them where applicable, and then working towards true happiness, right? Companionship, meaningful relationships in your life in different areas, right? Having fun. I'm definitely picking up on self love and self care somewhere at some point. I'm probably gonna have to go pick up. They're right in front of me, but like I have something on top of them. Pick those cards up too, possibly towards the end of the reading, maybe. We have Hawthorne light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power to recall. This is giving me reclaiming of your power after those periods of dealing with all that shit that had to be closed out, all those ties that had to be cut, right? Oh yeah, send me that link, girl. And then Latia, you were saying, I don't have my glasses on, guys, because like, oh god, I can't fucking see worth a damn. Y'all know that. I'd be like all up in your face, like, damn, bitch, back up. Let me stop. But yeah, for a Pentacles energy, yeah, like that release, right? Holding on to things so tightly, you gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. What we got here? Orion activation, supernova, recreation, renewal, yes, rebirthed by the light. And this is in the reverse, so it's giving me like after this period of like, you know, a lot of darkness, feeling like there's been like just heavy energy around you guys. It took, there's a word that they want me to say. That's an interesting one. I heard intergalactic. That's interesting. And I also heard climatic. These are words that they're telling me to tell you. It's like, you know, that final like, I also see spirit is funny. Oh god. Clear audience is so funny. Now I'm hearing it's the final countdown. Da-da-da-da-da. It's like that's kind of what it probably feels like. It's like after the periods of darkness, the light starts coming in. Hence, we talked about the light energy before. So now we're getting a little bit of a yin and yang here as well. This is something that's meant to renew you, right? Strengthen you. Heart of source, all encompassing love, exactly. Unconditional acceptance and serenity. Wow, that's in the middle. Yeah, this is definitely, it's giving love vibes. Whether again, even if it's not romantic, it could just be about the relationships in your life. It could even be your relationship with self too. Again, that's why I keep on talking about self love and self care. But and it's in the reverse in the middle of the deck. So you know, I'm even getting that for some of you. You know, that self love might have lacked for a while, might still be lacking. Um, Time to address it head on and say, excuse me, to self that, you know, if that part of the message is resonating, um, this is a time to understand and acknowledge, okay, you know, we all have our shortcomings. We've all been through different things in our lives that, you know, make it hard to, you know, see the other side, right? In a positive way. Hi. Oh guys, just gonna let you know if anything funny is said on here from Michael Rios, because I know my girls be on it, my moderators. Don't flag him, don't put him out or anything. He can say whatever he wants on here. But yes. So let's see. Split this deck. Let's see. Round and yeah, see those cycles closing out. And to be, you can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Look. So round and round. Talking about cycles, right? Repeating cycles. Those cycles are ending, right? And to be fair, balance. And we have 6 people in here and 5 likes again. So it's like, yeah, the karmic lessons have been learned. Those lessons are closed out. So that's just from me splitting the deck, guys. Like, this is definitely what's happening here. And this is what your higher selves want you guys to know. Like, I heard you've been through the ringer. You've been through the ringer. Thanks, sis. I heard you guys have been through the ringer, and it's like, you know, I'm hearing wits end. A lot of stuff taking place in life, right? Where it's like, damn, when are things gonna get better? Um, when are things going to get better? Just really feeling tired and drained, worn out because of the things that have taken place, and like the fact that it just feels like, and I feel like this is more like past energy for a lot of you guys. For some, everybody's in different paths right now, right? Going through different things at different times, but I'm getting for a lot of you guys, this is more like the past stuff, or it's coming to a head now. Look, see, as I was talking about happy, I just heard happy, happy, joy. Ren and Stimpy fans, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy. I actually haven't seen this card yet in this deck, but like, look how happy and radiant she is. I'm also getting somebody might have Aquarius in their chart. Let me know if that resonates. But yeah, it's like really working towards happiness. It's like, you know, a place of bliss, working on self. And the thing is, this had to, like, the things that have happened had to transpire in order for you to work towards that, right? It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. It's not pretty. That's for goddamn sure. The healing process is not pretty at all. That's why I was picking up on Aquarius vibes, the star. Like that that card is something else, because it's like it's not rainbows and butterflies. It definitely ain't. Not at first, at least. There's a lot of work that has to, you know, transpire before you get to that point. So yeah, a lot of pouring into self too. Hence why I keep getting self-love and self-care. I'm definitely gonna probably end up pulling from those cards. I'm getting called to do it. All right, so let's get like maybe 3 from here, and we're gonna start pulling from the tarot and see what else comes up. We'll probably do like a cross of truth to kind of look at like the things that could be released, the things that you're going to start welcoming in, so on and so forth. Here and now, yeah, here and now, an energy of focusing on the present, all the changes that had to manifest to get you to this period of the present. And the reason why I'm getting the present is because we have the number, well, of course, because the card itself literally says here and now, but also picking up on the number 32 here, which adds up to 5, which is about change. There were a lot of changes that had to take place in order for you to get to this point. I just heard checkered flag. You know, there was a finality of some sort of things that had to happen to get you to this here and now, is what I'm picking up on. Let's get 2 more from here. If these messages are resonating and you're finding them helpful so far, if you haven't, no, don't fall, please don't. I don't feel like picking up all these goddamn cards. Right, look at that. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to, but okay, I'm happy the cards didn't fall. So yeah, if the messages are resonating so far, definitely hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff so you know when I'm on. All right, so we have mending here, which I was just talking about the process of healing. So now we have some more confirmations. Um, yeah, I'm even getting for some of you, some of it could happen to do with mending. Okay, I'm getting more than one message, so bear with me. I'm getting for some of you, it could have to do with childhood, picking up on childhood. For others, it could be passed on loved ones. So it could be like a grieving process for some. And others, it's more of the stuff that I was already kind of talking about, but those are other messages that I'm picking up on too. So again, let me know if any of this is resonating in the comment section. Yeah, because look what's on the bottom. Why? You know, feeling very philosophical, you know, very feeling really Socrates right now. But why? You know what I mean? It's like, why me? I'm getting like, why did this all happen to me? But I'm also getting that because of the fact that you have been working on self, you're not asking the question of why me, why always me, those type of questions anymore. Now you're understanding, or in the process of understanding, that you know it's not about what has happened to you, it's about what has happened for you, right? Understanding that when all the things that have transpired in your life, when you really, you know, break it down and think about it, those things, you know, those lessons had to happen. Those things had to happen for you to get to this point. You're not going to get through life in a meaningful way if everything's fucking rainbows and butterflies and everything's like just handed to you on a fucking silver platter. Like, no, a little bit of struggle is a good thing. A little bit of pain, a little bit of pain is a good thing. That's a different conversation. I'm not gonna be fresh on here right now, at least not in this reading. I mean, some of y'all might need to have some adventurous sex. I mean, hey, they told me to say that. It's part of self-love and self-care, guys. Gotta do what you gotta do. But no, seriously, like y'all know I'm crazy on here. But yes, you know, really doing that deep diving also sounds inappropriate. God damn it. Everything's gonna sound inappropriate now. Okay. Regroup. But no, seriously. Like doing the inner work. There we go. Doing an inner work. Hermit mode type of energy, right? Taking time to self, a little bit of isolation might have been beneficial for some of you or will be beneficial to work on that process. Let me know if it resonates. Yeah, poised. But the thing is like you're gonna come out with this great sense of dignity and respect for self, right? I heard the word grace. Yes. It's a very freeing experience when you're able to go through these things and come out on top like that. Also doesn't sound appropriate either. But yes, finding that sense of peace within self here in the middle of the deck. Peace. Yeah. Another card that adds up to 5. And there's 5 people in here, 5 likes. So you might be seeing the number 5 a lot in general. You might be seeing it in succession. 555. All that represents change or variables of 5, derivatives of it. So you might be seeing the number 10 a lot because I picked up on 10 a few times too, which is about endings. So, and endings and change, right? A lot of that kind of stuff happening. Yeah. Let's get one more from this deck, and then we're going to start pulling from the tarot. Never ending story. Remember I was saying, like, you guys probably have felt like, well, when the fuck is this all going to stop? You know, when you're going through a lot of shit, it's like just misfortune after misfortune. You know, you feel like things are about to be on the up and up, and then some bullshit happens. Like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? We have all been there, and guess what? Then I say the number 10 might be really important for some of you guys. Number on here is 37. It adds up to 10. There was, of course, as soon as I was about to say it, there were 5 people in here and 5 likes, from what I can see on my end anyway. Yeah, so yeah, this I heard despair. But it's, and I'm getting like, it's giving me kind of like 10 of swords energy, like the end of like the worst of the worst being finally fucking done. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a good place to be, because who the hell wants to keep going through the same shit over and over again? Like, just like on a hamster wheel, I heard. Hamster wheel. Bottom of the deck, we have breathe. Yes, time to release that old energy, especially with it adding up to 29, or it's the number on here is 29, adds up to 11. Yeah, release. Releasing the old. Yeah, of those old patterns. Round and round it here is here again on the top of the deck. Can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Just saying. Um, Understanding that not all that glitters is gold, right? Those realizations that you had to come to, and that was a part of the lessons that needed to be learned, the things I had to teach you to get to the point of being able to find a greater sense of overall happiness, abundance, success in your life after a period of having to cut out the bullshit from the past. Just saying. I can end the reading here about now. And then there's more. Y'all know me. I do long readings, so I mean I'm gonna make this one not too long because like I do have to go to sleep. But yeah. So let's just see what's going on. I'm gonna pull from the tarot, and then I'll give like some advice cards and motivational cards to close out the reading, as I always do. Yeah. Look at that. We have Six of Pentacles and Seven of Pentacles when I split the deck. Remember, I was talking about maybe feeling like you've overextended yourself a lot of times in relationships. I'm getting breadcrumbing energy for some of you. Like, always pouring into everything else and everybody else, investing into everybody else and everything else. Nobody doing the same for you, right? Just being kind of at your wit's end. It's like, okay, so feeling like it's a never ending story. um, just being tired, right? Emotionally drained. And then feeling like, okay, well, what the fuck? If I have to keep going through this every time I do happen to allow myself to open up to somebody, then what the hell's the point? Why do I want to go through that again? I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather just be, like, I get it. Trust me. Trust me. I understand. But again, the human experience definitely means that there should be a sense of companionship somewhere in your life, whether it's your friends, your family, your co-workers, people who you have similar interests with, things like that. Like, we all need to have people in our life, not just a cat. I always used to joke with y'all and say I was just going to be a cat lady for the rest of my life. I really believed that for a long time. But, we all live and we learn, right? This is a time of heavy manifestation, but I'm also getting willpower too. Being able being able to do that deep dive in and say, okay, there are things that I want in my life that I need to focus on. Your happiness, your overall well-being, right? So what do you do with that sense of desire? I'm getting desire. Some of you might have fire in your chart. Um, what do you do with that? Well, you have to put in the yeah, you have to put in that effort. Sometimes you have to move in silence because people have been sneaky in your life and deceptive. Seven of Swords, or you're just, one of the things that you've been having to really understand is the difference between, again, we're using discernment here, the difference between being able to figure out the people who are on some bullshit versus the people who are coming in as somebody who you act, or something or someone who you've manifested into your life. Like, oh wow, I really would love to just like have like a really great friend who gets me. And then you meet somebody and you're like, you're all skeptical and you're like, what this bitch want? You know what I mean? Or oh, I really would love to have a relationship and get married and blah. And then you meet somebody, you're like, what you talking about? Like, you're skeptical, and it's because of the things you've been through. But again, pay attention to how your manifestations start to show up in your life, because they'll come up out of nowhere. You'll be like, what the fuck? This is weird. This is crazy. You know, it's usually like when you're least expecting it or looking for it, it just happens, you know. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of divine timing, right? Divine intervention as well, you know. Yeah. Partnerships. Three of Pentacles. Partnership. Wow. All right. So let's do a cross of truth spread. What's going on for the collective? Again, if you guys are resonating with this message, hit that like button if you haven't already. And yeah, and also the notification bell, that like button, all those things are very, very helpful. So we have the Chariot here. We have the Chariot, which is all about forward movement. It's about success and victory after, you know, going through a lot of stuff. It's about being able to come out on top of all the circumstances that you faced. You know, it's about resilience. It's about, I mean, there's an actual strength card, as we know. Those of you guys who are into tarot like that, we all know there's an actual strength card. But I still pick up on that even with this card. Like that sense of strength, the dignity, um, the completion of those old toxic ass patterns that you've moved away from. Some of you might literally be physically moving somewhere or traveling. Let me know if that resonates. Um, but yeah, moving on from the past. Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck, moving on from the past and saying, yeah, the time is now. Yeah. And now, are there fears and anxieties that are attached to this? Absolutely. The moon. Definitely some fears and anxieties attached to it. However, I'm getting that a lot of you guys are trying to really move past all of that for sure, with the Chariot being there. Yeah, look. Didn't I say success and victory? There you go. Six of Wands in the middle of the deck. So it's like, you know, moving on with success and victory away from the toxicities from the past. That's what I'm getting for a lot of you guys. Tell us more. Yep, look at that. The end of the, or nearing the end of the end, right? Because I was feeling like possible, like 10 of swords. Well, we got 9 of swords, very close. Not too far off. One more sword and that's it. One more sword in that back, and that's all the betrayals fucking possible that have contributed to you feeling like, what the fuck? Because this is like the past energy we're talking about right now. This is the stuff that's being released and let go of. And what did it come out with? The Death card. Came out with the Death. So I'm just saying, like, this is that energy of major transformations, right? Death and rebirth. After a period of a lot of high stress, anxiety, pain, suffering, you know, just knowing like, okay, I can't do this anymore, right? Getting to that point of being able to say, I can't, you know, something's got to give, you know. Again, I keep hearing at my wit's end. I keep hearing that. And I think that a lot of you guys have probably felt like that, you know, the mental confusion and shit like that. Feeling like you don't know what the hell is going on or what you're going to do. And it's like, I think you guys are a lot more clear about what it is that you want now because you've been paying attention to stuff going on in your life and the circumstances surrounding you, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna pay closer attention to the things and the people around me now because I have learned a lot of lessons. Page of Swords, which is somebody who's very inquisitive, somebody who also pays close attention. They study things, right? This is a separate message, but I'm gonna say it. I'm also getting that some of you might want to be a little bit mindful of people who you've severed ties with or have been in the process of doing that with, who might be kind of lurking and watching you. Pay attention to that as well, because especially when, how we saw like that 7 of swords a little while ago too. There might have been people in your circle, or not your circle, but well, that too. They told me to say circle for a reason. Could be that too. Friends maybe that you've known for a long time. But I'm just getting in general. Pay attention to different connections in your life because there might be people who might try to come back from your past, who were very manipulative, who you've already severed ties with or are in the process of doing that, who are watching. They see that you're, moving on, you're doing your own thing, and they might try to come back into your life. And that's the truth. Thank you, Spirit. And I had a feeling that card was going to come out because I kept on staring at this fucking card. These are the same card, just two different decks. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. It doesn't get more clear than that. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so, and I kept on hearing that last, I kept saying it, hearing it in my head, that last sword, that last sword, that last sword. There was truth and clarity about that last sword, about somebody who just was, or people in your life who you had to see the truth about. And did they try to cause you mental angst? Did they put you in a position where you were super confused? Of getting mental mind games here. That's the type of energy we're talking about. You're very protected. Keep that in mind. And also protect your own energy where need be. Be very mindful of that type of energy coming back around, trying to spin the block. Just saying. Whether it's an ex, it could be family, whatever. Take it as it resonates. But they wanted me to make sure I said that. All right, what else is going on? Judgments. Yeah, you're gonna look at all these major arcana here too, by the way. The Judgment card. Now, this is what's happening coming in. You are gonna have to use your discernment. We talked about discernment throughout this whole reading. Being able to say, okay, I've learned so many lessons, right? Now, how do I apply them? That's what the Judgment card is. It's about calling judgment on the circumstances in your life, and what do you do with that information, and go from there. It also could be more representative of, the higher power even calling judgment, saying, okay, got something for your ass. You know what I mean? Because I definitely believe in like God, the universe, and all that, like whatever way, like whatever you believe in, like making shit happen, putting you in positions where you're tested. Did you really learn your lesson? Or are you going to go doing the same bullshit that you did before? Been there, done that. That's what we call karmic lessons. Also, um, flip it a little bit, like putting you in positions that are actually meant to be in alignment with where you're supposed to go, and then you maybe shying away from it because you're afraid or something like that. That's why judgment is so important. Your discernment is very important right now. We got the Knight of Wands in the bottom of the deck here, which is about, moving towards something you're passionate about. Now, this is the energy of the things that are about to start coming towards you. So I'm getting more than one message here. One of the messages I'm picking up on is being able to go towards the things that you're passionate about, that you might have been afraid to pursue in the past. Go towards it. I'm also getting, be careful of people trying to come back into your energy in a really fast paced way where it's like, this is just like, whoa, where did you even come from and why are you here? Like, what the fuck is this? Being able to use your discernment. Yeah, because some people are meant to cause these types of moments in your life, the Tower. So there's those energies of people who are going to try to make a return, spin the block, that you're going to have to reevaluate or keep them at bay. Like, absolutely not. You're not coming into my energy at all. No, thank you. And some of them might even, for those of you who are resonating with it being like a past love, they might just want to come back for sex. Just saying. So be mindful of that too. And some of them motherfuckers might be burning. So you don't want that. So just, they told me to tell you that. Just saying. Y'all know I get a little bit vulgar on here. So, but yeah, the justice, right? Balancing the scales. Did you learn those lessons? Thank you, Spirit, for the conflict. When it comes out like this, no pun intended. When it comes out like this, I'm just like, you know what? You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Tell us more. Look at all these major arcanas that are popping out. This is a big deal. This is like a very transitional phase right now. I feel like that a lot of you guys are on right now, or in, I should say, in your life right now. Because like between the major arcanas that are showing up, the overall message is like, yeah. All right. So the basis, I guess you would say, of a lot of this is a lot of it has to do with indecision, having a hard time moving forward, knowing that you need to do something, knowing that things need to happen a certain way, but being afraid to do it. Especially because I keep hearing the straw that broke the camel's back. So two cards that I keep seeing, even though they haven't showed up technically, I keep seeing the Ten of Swords, which we kind of got a little bit of that established already. And then I also keep seeing like the Ten of Wands, which is about literally like, like that literally represents like the last straw that broke the camel's back. Where it's like, you're at your wit's end and you're like, yeah, I can't even carry this load anymore. I have to release this shit. And lo and behold, the two cards that just came out together talking about the basis of all of this, we have the Eight of Wands, which represents movement. It represents fast moving action and energy. For some, it could literally represent physically moving. We talked about that before. It could represent fast communication and possibly communication at a distance as well. And it came out along with, these came out together, Two of Wands in the reverse. That's about indecision. So the fact that those came out together and then they add up, and they're both wands, and they add up to 10, and I kept hearing the straw that broke the camel's back. Part of the reason why you've been in that, or have felt like you've been like confined to those circumstances, is because of the fact that it's been hard to make that finalized decision to move on from these circumstances, which makes sense. It's hard, especially when we're talking about matters of the heart. I was saying earlier, way early in the reading, that whether this was a romantic relationship or somebody who, relationships that hold a lot of sentimental value. I kept hearing matter of the heart, or sorry, I heard matter of the heart and I heard battle of the heart. Those are the two things I heard also. So it's like battle of the heart a lot, and that explains the indecision, right? So it's like knowing that the weight of something is so heavy and burdensome that you have to let it go, but not being either aware that you need to let it go or not being ready to let it go, right? Yeah, but that wheel is turning. That wheel is turning. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. Like, a lot of the stuff is destined to happen this way. And it's meant to happen this way. Why? So you can learn the lessons that were needed to be learned, so you can move forward and grow. At the end of the day, I'm hearing a couple of things. I heard Rome was not built in one day. I heard that. You're a work in progress, right? And what I'm picking up from that is the fact that at the end of the day, the things that help build our character are the things that we have to go through. I'm pretty sure none of us have really, I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm pretty sure most of us have not met people too much who you really learn valuable lessons from, like really learn from them, and like they really like impacted you in a way, and they didn't go through anything in their life. I'm pretty sure all of us can kind of attest to the fact that most of the people who have made an impact in our life in some way, shape, or form have had like some crazy ass stories to tell, and you're like, whoa. Whether it's because you're like, whoa, I'm happy I didn't go through that shit. Maybe my circumstances aren't that goddamn bad. Or it could be things that you resonate with because you've been through it too, or something similar. And you're like, wow, but they were able to get through it. They were able to grow from it. And then you learn from each other. Each one teach one. Let me know if that resonates. But yeah, I'm getting something like that. These things that happen in our lives, as hard as they may be during those moments, and even the healing process that comes with it, I feel like these things are necessary in order for you to, one, build character, and also to be prepared and ready for the new blessings that are about to start coming in. Again, that word right there, fortune. You're going to reap what you've sown. All that effort. It's not in vain. It's going to come together. And there goes that Queen of Swords that Lati kept on mentioning earlier. You can't make this shit up. Lati, god darn it. Okay, first off, I didn't even say this on here yet. So I'm going to say it real quick and I'll continue. 49 as I'm saying that. So, got a few of my peoples up in here that you guys have to check out. We have Lati here from Tears and Wheat Tarot Show, subscribe to her. That is my soul sister. Same thing with Aya Inspired Tarot. Amazing readers. Soul of a Man, another amazingly gifted um spiritualist who he doesn't even read cards. He's the fucking man. Like he's that in tune, right? We all follow each other and stuff, and learn from each other, and it's pretty fucking cool. Um, and he's also an author, so it's like he's got a lot going on. All the people who I just mentioned, you will not be disappointed. These are people who they know their craft, and I go to them for guidance. And just saying, you won't be disappointed. Um, so with like Lati, for instance, we a lot of times we end up going live around the same time, and then we realize it like while we're reading, we're like, oh fuck, my girl's on, and we have to watch it later, and then like we'll watch them like back, like we'll watch our readings back, like after we've posted them or whatever, and we're like, yo, there's no fucking way that we literally were talking about the same shit. That's how in tune me and her are. Like it gets kind of scary, to be honest. We'll hit each other up like afterwards, like, what the fuck, bro? I just was talking about that, sis. Like, this is crazy. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. And we were talking about the Hermit earlier, right? Yeah, for sure. Look at all these major arcana. My goodness. Almost every card that came out, or at least showed up, has been a major arcana. Yeah, really doing that inner work, taking that time to self, feeling closed off, right? To do that introspection. But yeah, I'm feeling like all those different circumstances have built your character to get you to where you are. So crazy. All right. Like the outcome. I hope that this reading has been helpful, guys. I'm happy that I decided to come on. I was with my client before this, and that was awesome. And then I got motivated to say, you know what, fuck it, it's early enough to do a reading real quick, and I'll still have a little bit of time to relax after. So I was like, yeah, I'm going on. And I'm happy I did, because this is a good reading. The Devil. Yep, there you go, another major arcana. So the release of the toxicities. And this is how it comes kind of full circle, because you're talking about that closure, right? Severing those ties, the conflicts that come with it, the toxic people, the inner conflict when we're talking about the idea of having to sever ties even with your own maladaptive behaviors and ways of thinking, your patterns, right? um and it all came through learning your these valuable lessons, cutting the cords when it comes to these different things, working on self. Thank you, Spirit. Working hard on yourself with this Eight of Pentacles here. um yeah, looking at your ideals, right, with the Hierophant here, seeking counsel possibly for some of you, like going to therapy, or talking, if for those of you who are more religious, which you will be shocked that there are religious people who watch tarot, because I mean, in my opinion, if you're religious, you have to be spiritual technically. You literally are praying to a spirit all the time. You literally say the Holy Spirit, so like, common sense. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Not gonna go down the rabbit hole, right, Lottie? But yeah, like I said, really analyzing your ideals, and your value systems, right? So things of that nature, and being able to establish where do you stand with those things, right? um I kept saying, or I keep saying, I said it more like once or twice, but I was picking up on some of it could be even as far back as childhood for some. Take it as it resonates, leave it, it doesn't. We could be talking about things like coming from a religious background. We could be talking about witnessing very, very negative romantic relationships, like maybe your parents or something like that. Maybe you never really saw. This is going to be different for everybody, so take it as it resonates. But these are things I'm hearing and picking up on. For some, it could be, like I said, seeing very, very toxic relationships and witnessing that at a young age and repeating those patterns and cycles. And now you're finally at that point for some of you who are closing that out, right? I'm getting like breaking generational curses kind of thing, closing out those old cycles so that you could create new ones, new positive patterns and cycles within the family dynamic. I'm getting for some, that's not that it's going to be different for everybody. So please, if that doesn't make sense to you, it just means that that part of the reading wasn't for you. But this is what they're letting me know to tell you guys, because it is a collective reading. So yeah, really thinking about your traditions and values and things like that is what I'm getting, and breaking away from the things that no longer serve you. All right, so let's see. Where do I feel John to read from next? All right, they're telling me to read from this deck. Whew, sat like that for too long, my knee. All right, so I have a deck here that I would like to read from. Bear with me, because it's I try to keep some of my decks that I know like I like to use. I try to keep them close to me so that way I could get to them easy. And it's like under other deck. It's underneath other decks. And then I have like Palo Santo and shit on top of stuff. So I'm just like, all right. So I got that without much of a hassle. I was like, oh boy. Like it's like 3 decks down. I gotta move stuff around. All right. So I got drawn to pull from here, because I kept on picking up on self-care and self-love, that type of thing. So I split the deck. Now I know that there are men watching. So some of y'all are gonna be like, I don't resonate with this part, but some of you might. And I'm gonna interpret it in a couple of different ways. So when I just split the deck, I have connect with your womb, which is crazy because I was just talking about this with my client. Talking about when you become more in alignment with yourself, you also become more in alignment with the ethers. Guys are probably gonna be like, "You, I don't want to hear where this is going." But what I'm gonna say is this: we're all grown-ups here. Sometimes what happens for women is when we're in sync with ourselves and we're really working on ourselves, we actually can sync with like the moon cycles and stuff. So, and it's a great way for us to be able to manifest and things like that. But I'm not gonna go too deep into that. For the men, it could be saying, because when I split the deck, we also have make a vision board. So some of you guys might, and this is men and women, might resonate with the idea when it comes to manifestations, visualizing things. So making a vision board. I'm also getting using your your sacral chakra energy. So your sexual energy, your creative energy, and being able to use that energy in a way to basically transmute your energy and take that energy to be able to create, um, give life to the things that it is that you would like to do. So things that you really want to manifest. This is for men and women, not just the women. Um, this could be an optimal time for some of you guys to be able to do that. Just saying. So, pay attention to things like the new moon cycles, the full moon cycles, when we're in retrogrades and things like that. So on and so forth. I know that, some of the guys are probably like, you, that's gross. I don't want to hear about periods. But, like I said, I could flip that message and I could still make it make sense for the men too. When it comes to manifestations and using your sacral chakra energy to be able to create and manifest. There you go. All right, so let's get like maybe 3 from here, and then I'm gonna pull from 2 more decks, and that will be the end of the reading. Those will be quick messages after that. Yeah, so we should be able to, go just over the hour mark and not be too bad. All right, so we have intuition here. So you guys might be very highly intuitive yourselves, might have some spiritual gifts, or maybe there's going to be a time to work on some meditations and things like that, that can help activate your third eye chakra, I'm getting. um, things along those lines, especially when we're talking about manifestations and, releasing energy, so on and so forth, getting more in tune with self. Make an altar. Yeah, there we go. Make an altar. So I was saying, like, I'm picking up on like getting grounded and, getting more in alignment with self. Building an altar might be a great way to do those things. You can, and you can set it up however you want. You can use crystals, candles, a Bible, whatever you believe in. And you just, you take your moments to be able to hone in on your energy and, release whatever you need to release, become more, in alignment with yourself, communicate with, source, so on and so forth, communicate with yourself, whatever that means to you, because it's going to be different for everybody. Your ancestors, for some of you who resonate with that, like I talk to my ancestors often. um some people even leave, like, treats and stuff out for their ancestors, who they know are protecting them and stuff like that. So I need to start doing that more, because I've noticed that even though I do talk to my ancestors a lot, they haven't been visiting as frequently lately, because I feel like I've been a little bit off. So they're probably like, she's whatever. If she needs me, she'll call me. It's a time to focus on rest. So listen to your body right now, making sure that you're sleeping more. I know this is like preaching to the choir here and kind of, calling the kettle black, but, maybe eating better. I've been doing really bad. See, in my case, like, I barely eat, so I have to work on that. I'm trying. I'm doing better. But there's some days where I only eat like once. I go the whole day without eating anything until like I come home from work, because I don't have an appetite. But yeah, if you've been feeling really tired, that could be why. I just heard malnutrition, so I feel like they're talking to me. I hear you guys. I hear you. But if any of you resonate with that too, maybe get your levels checked, like your blood work and stuff done. Make sure like everything's copacetic with that. Make sure your iron is good and things like that. Because if you're not eating the right things and stuff like that, you're not getting the proper nutrients, which will cause you to be even more tired. So it's like, goes hand in hand. Let's spend time with animals. My cat has been all over me lately. She has just been wanting to be up under my ass all the time. Everywhere I go. She always does this. You guys know. I'm actually shocked that she's not like laying behind me right now. Y'all know she'd be like right here. But yeah, she's doing something. I don't know. She's wandering around. But like the other day, I was laying down and like she like went like this to my nose, and I was just like, fuck. Ren, no, thank you. And then she's just looking at me, and she took her paw and she went like this to my face, and then put her head underneath, like, cause I had my hand, my arm like this, and she went like underneath me to like lay with me. I'm like, that was the cutest fucking thing. But I'm trying to sleep, girl. It's like 3 a.m. I need to go sleep. But it was really cute. So if you guys have pets, spending more time with your pets, and things like that, and look, we have pets, or animals rather, and family on the bottom of the deck. So maybe you guys really love your pets, like they're your family. I also feel like, looking into what like your spirit animal is, because there are like ways you could look into that. um that can help you like even establish like some of the kind of like traits that animal possesses, that like this might be a time to hone in on a little bit more. Like for instance, cats, very intuitive, right? Very, very intuitive, wise, fast, right? But they're also very independent. So so if you resonate with cats, you know, dogs, very loyal, right? Also very smart, so on and so forth. I think you get the drill. Um, Eagles represent freedom, like, so it's like, take it as resonates, but you know friends, family, animals, be still, rest, right? Going back to resting, kind of, sort of. But also meditation. I'm getting astral projection for somebody. I don't know if any of you guys have been astral projecting lately. Um, Not sure why they told me to say that, but some of you might be. Pay attention to some of those things that you might see when you do happen to astral project. I see some messages coming in. Sorry. Yes, I love that. Mm. Yeah, my cat is always like up under me, especially at night. That's like her main time. So that makes sense. One thing with her, she don't play with me. About me, I should say. She be on guard like a dog. I'm like, girl, you might have been a dog in your past lifetime or some shit. You can't make this shit up even if you wanted to. Now, what did I just say? I said I'm picking up on possible astral projection, and there might be some signs or messages in those projections. What the fuck is in the middle of the deck when I say that? I kid you not. Dream journal. They want you to write down the stuff that you've been dreaming about. Wow. I love when stuff comes back full circle when I do these readings. I just act like I'm shocked when it happens. Like, oh my god, this is so crazy. But it's like, but no, for real, it's like, damn, that is crazy though, bro. Like, yeah, it could have something to do with your spiritual, excuse me, spiritual gifts. Now you see how awesome when I'm trying to say spiritual gifts, I can barely get my words out. Why do you think that is? I guarantee you, somebody who's watching, I ain't gonna say no names, something about those spiritual gifts needing to be used more, being more vocal about it. I'm not trying to call you out or anything like that. We're probably gonna end up talking about it later. Love you, sister. You know who you are. But yeah, and then I also saw I should have showed you guys that card too, the Universal Bank, which it says everything that you need to thrive is already here. In other words, everything that you need to thrive, especially when it comes to your spiritual gifts, is there already. So it's like, for those of you who resonate with this idea of having spiritual gifts and wanting to utilize them more and stuff like that, you have to just stop. I'm getting like, be unapologetically yourself. And trust me, I understand what it feels like to kind of dumb yourself down for other people because you're afraid of the opinions of other people, or you're like, ooh, that might be too out there for somebody, and but trying to please the masses type of thing. And it's like, we can't please everybody. Like, it took me a long time to even like show my face on here. Lati will tell you, I used to, and Aya too, like I used to only show my hands. I didn't show my face on here before. um and then I finally went live, or not even live. I finally started doing like pre-recorded at first, and I was scared fucking shitless. I was like, I can't believe I'm posting this. People are gonna look at me and be like, oh my god, she's a witch and she's this and she's that. And it's like, I was like, you know, fuck, I'm just gonna go for it. And I'm happy I did. And then I did the same thing with like going live. I was scared, but you know, if you have a gift to share, and even if it's not like a spiritual gift, like in the sense of like, you know, the stuff that we're kind of talking about right now, it could be just something in general, like an idea even that you're gifted with, that, you know, maybe you've been keeping it under wraps and you haven't allowed yourself to venture out into that. You see how my throat is acting funny again? That's what it is. It's something along those lines for you guys. So it's like, there's an idea or something or some gift that you're meant to kind of put out into the world. It's time to sit down and you know, plan how to utilize it. So if it's a spiritual gift, fine tune it some more, work on it. And then don't be afraid to put yourself out there more, and you know, really do what I just heard, do God's work. That's what I just heard. You're something that is so special and unique that you're meant to deliver to people. See, there's something that you're meant to deliver to people, and you're afraid to do it. So you stifle yourself. Same thing with those of you who have an idea of something that you've been wanting to put, you know, out there. This is the time. This is the time. You're meant to do this. Time to lighten up. You may be taking life too seriously. Yeah, have fun. Go out. Do something cool. Yeah, getting something along those lines. Time to, I just heard work hard but play harder. I feel like you guys are hard workers. You always, remember I was talking about like some of y'all might just go to and from work and that's kind of your life. Like, no, this is a time to start doing more fun things, have some adventures, and hang out with friends and things like that. Um, my girl just texted me. I didn't see what the message said. It flashed too quickly, but I'll see it when I sign off. Bunch of cards just fell out, but I'm not gonna take them because that was too many. But yeah, so we're gonna get like 3 cards from here, and then 3 cards from one more deck, and that'll be the end of this reading. Restlessness. So we go back to this idea of needing to get some goddamn sleep, and I get it. Trust me. Um, Find a way to calm the waters of your mind. So you guys get in your head a lot. Might be even losing sleep. So some of like the lack of rest might be mental. Um, can't shut your brain off. You got that number 23 there. Adds up to 5 again. So we've been seeing a lot of 5s throughout this reading. Yeah. I'm getting time to, I just got a message like time to kind of change sleep pattern. I'm getting like, I heard sleep hygiene, and that's a thing. I know it's a weird way of wording it, but there is a thing called sleep hygiene, which is like your routines that you do before you go to sleep. So I'm getting, meditation. I'm getting taking a bath. I'm getting drinking tea. I'm getting lighting candles, aromatherapy, um, turning everything off an hour before you actually go to sleep. Like I'm getting, these are all things that I probably should fucking do and I don't, but so they're probably talking to me right now. But these are things that they're just kind of sending me as downloads. So I'm telling you what I'm hearing. Um, yeah, I'm getting stuff like that to help calm yourself before bed, so that way you can actually function. Um, That's the fucking worst. Waking up at like 3 something in the morning. Oh, I hate that. Got you. And I gotta check that out, Lati, after I get off of here. All right, let's see. Is it 2 more? Healing with nature. Your soul yearns to be outside in nature around the healing waters, flowers, and trees. Yep. Now I know, like, because of the time of year that we're in, depending on where you live, excuse me, depending on where you live, it might be harder to do that, but there's still ways that you can connect with, nature. You could get plants in your house. Um, you could even drive through a park. You don't have to actually get out of the car. A lot of it's more mental than anything. Allow yourself to just, you know, take it in with your eyes and, visualize and close your eyes and be like, okay, I'm here, you know. Um, I heard a fountain. So like those of you who like the sound of water, how like you could get like those little fountains or whatever. They don't cost that much. They're really nice and decorative. You have to put like the distilled water in them so they don't get fucked up with the filter or whatever. But like, and it like a constant flow of like water sound, like sounds like a little waterfall or a stream. Um, I'm getting that for somebody. But yeah, plants, I said that already. Plants might be something that could be beneficial. For those of you who can, go and spend time out in nature, this is the time to do it. Um, yeah, so we have, animals, nature, really getting connected to source is what I'm getting. Down to its core, right? Its most basic elements. I don't know why they're telling me to say this, but some of you guys might be Earth, Wind, and Fire fans. I know I am. We have self-sabotage here, and guess what the number on there is again? Number 5. It's 50, but it adds up to 5. You may be creating pain for yourself by standing in your own way. Self-sabotage. So be careful with that. Especially when it comes to this transformation in your life. Don't stand in your own way. We have metamorphosis on the bottom of the deck. Like the caterpillar that emerges from its cocoon, you are about to get your wings. I can literally see like a butterfly right now. And we talked about death and rebirth, which the butterfly represents. So there you go. Um, Look at that. Can't make this up. I had just said that she saw 55 on her, and I was talking about the number five or derivatives of it, or like it being like um a succession like that, like 5 5 5 5 5 5 5 5, like so on and so forth. Some of y'all might have been seeing that, and guess what? As I was just talking about death and rebirth, number on here is 49, adds up to 13. Um, Tough love, death and rebirth. It is time to tell the truth about something you have been avoiding. You can't allow the transformation that is coming in to happen until you allow yourself to let the change happen, right? So there's these changes that have to occur or are going to occur. However, there are parts of the journey that you're on that might be painful. It's hard to let things go. It's hard to, say, okay, so I have to, cut out this, I have to cut out that, whatever those things might be, because it's going to look different for everybody. Um, but it's a part of the process, you know, it's part of the healing, it's a part of the growth. As I say, healing, energy healer. Can't make it up. Your natural ability to heal yourself and others is needed now. You can't make this up even if you wanted to. So I'm going to read from one last deck, 3 cards, and that will be the end of the reading. Again, for those of you who have been here, I hope you've been resonating. For those of you who end up watching later, I hope that you like what you've seen here. You got a good message out of this that is helpful for you, so that you can come back and watch at, later times. Hit that notification bell, all of that. And the like button, definitely a big one. And the subscribe button. So we have loneliness. I was saying before, as I split this deck, I was like saying that, this is a lonely time sometimes. Like that hermit mode shit, like that shit is not fun. It's not pretty. It's not rainbows and butterflies, but it's what's necessary for the growth. It says, I know that I am never alone. And then when I split the deck, the other card that's here is guilt. Now this is in the reverse. They're saying very, very specifically, let go of guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. This was in the middle of the deck, in the reverse. So they're definitely saying let go of the guilt, right? Any guilt that's associated with this part of the journey. So for instance, if you gotta leave like certain people behind, for instance, like don't beat yourself up about that. Don't let yourself feel guilty for doing what's best for you for a change, right? Hey Queen, what's up, girl? um, and thank you, love. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna get 3 cards from here. So grateful for you guys, seeing some of my favorite people popping in throughout the reading. I always appreciate you guys and your support. All right, so you're gonna be the last messages, and this will be it. Thank you. All right, service. Again, feeling like I was picking up on this. I'm like, you guys have gifts and things like that you're meant to put out there. I feel good when I can help others. You're meant to help other people. You're meant to help, like just like that card that we saw that was saying, you're an energy healer. So that same energy that you're putting out there to help everybody else, you gotta use that same energy to help yourself right now. Is what I'm getting. But like, I feel like you're meant to transform people's lives in some kind of way. You know what I mean? And I'm not just like, blowing smoke. Like I feel like, in whatever capacity, it's gonna be different for everybody. Some of you guys might be, great writers, or some of you guys might, be really good at, with your hands, like creating things, art or something like that. That's something that can help heal other people. You know what I mean? Some of you guys might, be really good with like, cooking. Maybe some of you guys want to do like a naturopathic thing, like create, um, oils and like essential oils, and, candles, aromatherapy. Like I'm getting different things like that. But this is a way that you're able to utilize your gifts and your talents, your knowledge, in order to do something positive. We I feel like we all have something that we can bring to the table, all of us. Some of us actually, hone in on that. Some of us don't. That's the difference. I feel like the people who end up watching this are meant to help other people in some way, shape, or form. So I'm also getting, for some of you, I don't know why they're saying this. I'm getting all right, damn it. It was here and then it left. All right, let me try to get it back. Sorry. I'm getting teachers, but like not like regular teachers. I'm talking about like somebody who like works with either special needs or something like that, or really little kids, or helps parents with these types of kids. I'm getting something like that. Like I just heard birth to three. I don't know if any of you guys work with kids with autism or something like that. They told me to say that. I mean, I do, but they told me to say that like actually out loud. So I'm getting something like that. Um, that was an interesting one because like I said, it was like a fleeting moment. It came and then it almost went, and I was like, no, come back, come back, come back. um, I'm also getting something like with healing hands, like massage therapy, chiropractor, um, Reiki. I'm getting stuff like that. These are just things that they're telling me to let you guys know. So again, it's not going to be the same for everybody, but just, if any of that made sense or resonated, let me know. Let's get two more. Abundance, nice. And we saw a card about abundance earlier too, so we're coming back full circle now. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire. Yo, where's the card? There it goes. Wait, I gotta start from the beginning. Hold the fuck up, because I was just talking about this shit. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire. I talked about desire earlier, and manifestations and willpower. You can't make this shit up. In this physical reality. What the fuck? Yo. Y'all are so damn fucking powerful, you don't even fucking know. Come on now. Come on, spirit. Come on, higher selves. They ain't playing with y'all tonight. They're like, look, you guys are so capable of so many different things, and they really want y'all to start honing in on that. Especially with this new year coming in. Like, your time to shine. Seize these new opportunities as they present themselves, okay? And perseverance. I talked about perseverance earlier too. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Remember, I was saying that some of your limitations are probably up here. Let that shit go, because they're definitely telling you, oh, you can accomplish whatever you want. Put the pedal to the metal and do it. It's your time to shine, guys. I'm just saying, you guys are fucking amazing, and I love y'all. So with all that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed that reading. I definitely enjoyed delivering this message because this was a really good one. And talking about being in like alignment, right? 1, 2, 3 on the timer. Yeah. So with all that said, I hope that it resonated. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you guys work on these things, whatever these different things are for you. Like there's some great shit going on, and it's just a matter of actually honing in on it, especially as you work on your healing and start welcoming in those things that are about to start coming towards you. So this is about making room for the new. So with all that said, I love you guys. Have a great night, or whatever you watch this. I hope that you guys are just doing well, especially during this holiday season. So until next time, I love y'all. You guys take care, and I will be checking in again hopefully soon. But yeah, you guys take care. Good night. Until next time. I said it backwards. Until next time. Bye.